Anyway, well, this looks like a pretty normal house. What's this up here? Let's have a look. What is this eerie light? Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Oh, I understand. Whoever lives here must be a nerd. What's this? Tell you what, let's put the light on. Hi everyone. Let's put you in the tripod. We'll start looking about. Start the episode. Can you hear explosions from the mini TV? It's running a... How's everyone doing? Goblin here for another video in the attic. Welcome back. Tell you what, let me turn this light off because I normally keep that off so if things don't reflect. How's everyone doing? Hopefully I'm in the frame. We're back again for another video. I've got some pickups and so I picked up a bundle from Vinted today from the Impost Locker, 5 PS1 games, and I think one of them may challenge the top spot. So we're going to check that out. But first things first, we've got the Spain lighter bottle opener, and today we're going to be drinking Les Chouf, 8%. So let's crack this open. I'm going to chill out and talk about some games. Thought I'd do a bit of a different intro, trying to mix it up a bit so every video isn't just me sat in this corner next to too many tellies. Alright, let's have a sip. Is everyone having a good Sunday? Anyone had the roast? I had a roast before. Went round to my mum and dad's house and had a roast and it was fucking tasty. So thanks, Mum. Once again, back to bearable temperatures in the attic. Only 24 up here at the moment. It was cooler, but with so many CRTs on, yeah, we're struggling a bit. We're okay. I'm gonna play some. Oh shit! Remember how'd you play this? Got turrets. Turrets have run out of ammo. Has anyone ever played Gravitation? The the Net Your Rose game. Really impressive. You switch between two turrets and a little fighter and try to defend the city from these TIE fighter type things that come in and destroy the city. Really fucking good shooter. Really impressive for a fan-made game. It's on demo 48, the one with Anna Kournikova on the cover. Is it called? No, it's not Gravitation. Opera of Destruction. Sorry, it's called Opera of Destruction. So, whoever made this, good job, because it's sick. Right, I'm going to turn off the little Seiko because I don't want my batteries to run out. And we're going to have a look at some games. And then I'll do a little mini look at what I've done with the lights over there, because I set that up before and I am so fucking happy with it. It looks pretty sick, if you ask me. I've just got to grab a game that's over there. Actually, it's part of the Vinted bundle. So that game, which is not going to challenge for the top spot on the leaderboard, is Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation. Didn't have this one yet, and took a bit of cleaning, but this is complete. It's really nice inside. It's got the manual, the marketing questionnaire, the little provoking a reaction software catalogue. Yeah, and the disc is nice, I think. Yeah, it's hardly played, so really happy with that. These 5 PS1 games that I'm going to show in the bundle cost me £12, which is pretty good if you ask me when you see what's included. So yeah, what's that? £12 plus the £2.49 postage, £14.49 delivered for 5 PAL PS1 games. Not bad, if you ask me. So we're averaging less than £3 each. So yeah, Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation. Very happy to have that coming into the collection. It's fucking hot. I thought I was going to be okay. So next up, you know what time it is. I want to thank everyone again for commenting all the suggestions. The list of potential heavyweight manuals in my phone is growing. Last episode, the top spot was taken by Space Hulk. Now I had a quick go with this before to test that it worked. Did the first training level, and I can say that it's charming, if nothing else. And if you really want to play, if you really want to walk a sort of mech suit very slowly through a kind of gothic library and set things on fire and switch between 2 mech suits alternately, then this is the game for you. That was my experience of it so far. Pretty cool. This is game number 207, SLES 00207, so quite an early one. Can't give a full review of it yet, but it seems interesting, if a bit primitive. But yeah, charming graphics. I really liked it. Right, next up, I think we're gonna do the heavy one. So part of the reason that I got this bundle is not only did I need Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation, which I got the strategy guide for yesterday, I also wanted Actua Golf. And speaking of low number games, this is SLES 00015, the 15th registered PS1 title. Does that mean it was a release game? Not my knowledge of how many titles there were on release is not that great. There were quite a few, right? So this might have been a release game. Made by Gremlin Interactive. I started reading there's a bitmap book, big fat one, green one, called A Gremlin in the Works, about Gremlin Interactive. Now my experience with them was mostly after they got taken over by Infogrames, and they did Hogs of War soon before they sort of dissolved into non-existence. But they did they did a lot of games back in the home computing days. Look at the fucking size of that manual. My goodness. Yeah, it's that would hit. You could hurt someone with this for sure. It's got Actua Golf printed around all the page edges, which is número de jugadores, number of players. Yeah, so that's why it's got that pattern. I've recalibrated the gold standard my kitchen scales to 122 grams on Space Hulk, and we're going to see, do we have a new champion? Oh, it's weighing in at 120. Not quite. I didn't know if it was going to topple it. I've got a few more on the way, so let's add this to second place, or third place I guess, because we did say Space Hulk took the win. If you didn't catch the last episode, Space Hulk, they settled on the same number, Die Hard Trilogy and Space Hulk, but it was kind of like Die Hard Trilogy was on 121 and then ticked up to 122. Space Hulk was on 123 and ticked down to 122, and Space Hulk is thicker, so I gave it the win. Right one. Oh, speaking of which, we've ticked up to 121. Go on, you can have the extra gram. So close, so close. Actua Golf is going to take third place on the list. I'm seeing a pattern where early games are doing really well. It's when, yeah, we had these massive multi-language manuals. These are the ones that are gonna be up there near the top of the leaderboard. So yeah, Actua Golf. I had a quick test of this before. The case barely closes. Had a quick test of this before, and I thought it was really charming. The menus are it's like, I don't know if anyone's into like web design or like app design or anything like that. I've had to do a bit of it for work, and you have to stick to like the mental models people have of like how they expect interfaces to work. The main menu of this is so weird. It's got like some options around the side, and it says like one player, settings or something, and or create a golfer. But if you go one player and like press X with that highlighted, you expect to be taken to another menu where there'll be further options to lead you into the one player mode. Not what happens. The icon rotates and it says 2 player. Every button on the main menu toggles to something else when you press X on it, rather than take you to the thing you wanted. And then there's a separate like, okay, confirm, this is the combination of buttons that I wanted. It's so weird. Yeah, and I had a few attempts at the first shot, the first hole, did awful, and the commentator was giving me shit. US, featuring Peter Alice, the voice of golf. Yeah, he was not impressed with me. So Actua Golf, happy to have that early game in the collection. Oh, there we go. The case wasn't quite shut. Okay, now what else have we got? No more heavyweight manual contenders. Next game. Now this has got to be one of the filthiest games I've ever received from a vintage seller. I don't know what some of them. I don't understand how people can get the games this dirty, because they must be like, they must have like a dedicated like smoking shed for the games, where like hanging them up like kippers or something, and there's an old fella with devil horns and a cigar going and blowing smoke across them, and just like throwing sand at them and stuff. It doesn't make sense how dirty they get. No, I guess these are pretty old now, aren't they? So over the years they acquire some grime. I think this was like 4 sheets of kitchen roll and alcohol to get this clean. It was still coming up like yellowy brown. Anyway, the game is Formula 1 97. Had a go with this before. This is game number 859, by the way. Yeah, there's mixed condition on these cases. This one's got a few cracks in it. The manual's okay. The disc is alright. Except the it's only got one tooth left holding the disc in, which means it's not holding the disc. But we're using the old folded bubble wrap, and we're keeping everything nice and snug in there. Had a quick go with this, racing at I think it was the old Hockenheim ring, and bizarrely, at least in arcade mode, when you go on the grass, you get more grip. Like, you go off the track and suddenly you can change directions so fast to get back on the track. It's really weird. So it kind of promotes just sending it, like going across the chicanes. Like, if you're going down a straight and there's a chicane, just go across it, because even if you're going to miss the track on the other side, you won't miss, because you've got so much grip on the grass that you can line yourself up again and just destroy everyone. So yeah, F1 97. Certainly no complaints from me about having that in the collection. This doesn't taste like 8%. This is disappearing quick. Next. Colony Wars Red Sun. I picked up the original Colony Wars recently. I used to have all 3 of these. So this is Colony Wars 3, if I remember right. The second one is called Vengeance. Obviously the first one's just Colony Wars. Tested this before. I had a little go on the first training mission. Seems really cool. It's, really impressive menus. I think this is quite a late game, like 2000, isn't it? Or 99 maybe. Pardon me. Yeah. This one's got a nicer condition case. New release, £19.99. £19.99 in 1999. And hey, this is one of those games that I was asking this question a few episodes ago. How many games have a double-sided printed inlay where it's not just white on the inside? Has anyone ever compiled this information? there's probably a lot of world firsts out there for PAL ps1 knowledge. Just nobody knows. Nobody knows. Or I could imagine that there's some guy with a fan site who just has got it all catalogued somewhere buried in the depths of the internet. This one's in really good condition, apart from, and this is a world first for me as well, someone has managed to break every single tooth of the CD holder. Every single one. I've never seen that before. That's vintage sellers, truly amazing human beings. Even if the game's in good condition, there'll be something fucked about it in a bundle. A bit of a crack on the back, but we're not too bothered. It looks nice from the front. So yeah, looking forward to that. Picking up quite a few Space Combat games recently. Whoa. It's getting hotter up here. More beer. Vector Man looks so fucking good on this PVM. I'm having to run it in 50 Hz mode, you know, and with the squished, with the letterboxing, because this is PAL. This is 50 Hz. This is 50 Hz, and this has got to be 50 Hz because I can't record in 60 and 50 Hz at the same time without giving you epileptic fits. so here we are. It looks gorgeous anyway. And that's also the reason why the Famicom corner isn't on, because that Famicom is of course NTSC 60 Hz. Right, final game from the bundle. Last pickup for today from the Vintage bundle. Recently I picked up WWF Attitude, which I played a lot as a child, and I did also play at my friend's house SmackDown and SmackDown 2, which was really impressive. And you could go backstage in that one. I was watching, I'm gonna give a shout out to Marathon Gaming, whose channel I hadn't really come across until this morning. I watched his top 15 PS1 games video and really liked it. So even all his honourable mentions and like 13 of his top 15 or something are games that I've absolutely smashed and adore. Like, yeah, so happy to find another PlayStation 1 appreciator. Anyway, he was talking about SmackDown 2 being revolutionary because you can go backstage, and coincidentally, yeah, SmackDown 1 arrived today. It looks like someone laid the SmackDown on this before it arrived, to be honest. I've been, you can see like all the back inlay is all bent and stuff. This is after me straightening it out, and it had all like white imperfections on it, and I've been there with a black fine liner pen, like putting the little dots on. Does anyone else do that? When you see, I haven't done it on the front cover here, but does anyone else do that tip? You get a little black fine liner and just carefully colour things in black again when they go white from wear over time. I fired this up before and I went straight to the create superstar mode, as it's called in this, rather than create a wrestler like in Attitude. And I've got to say, I don't know if the developers changed. I think they did. I think this is from different developers than Attitude, because one thing I would say about this game is that even if the wrestling may be better, the creator wrestler mode seriously regressed with this release from Attitude. In terms of the appearance options in this, you can like select a head, and it's like, do you want the head to be Kane's head, or Stone Cold Steve Austin's head, or Mankind's head, and so on. And then you select the body, and it's, you know, do you want it to be the Big Show's body? And then the legs, again, you can have Goldust's legs or whatever, and that's it. WWF Attitude lets you pick like your hair colour with an RGB and, you know, brightness sliders, your eyes, your eye colour, nose type, skin colour with RGB, accessories, jackets, waistcoats. It's amazing. It's unbelievable. So yeah, wasn't impressed with the Creator Superstar mode, but I bet the wrestling is quite entertaining in this indeed. In fact, it looks like SmackDown 1 has backstage. I can see someone getting absolutely taken out with a trolley. So yeah, I should give this a go, the actual gameplay of it, because I bet it is good. So yeah, there's my Vinted bundle. For £12 plus £2.49 postage, and it was sent in a big fucking box with padded with, you know, scrumpled up A4 and bubble wrap and with fragile tape on it. Top marks for this Vinted seller, even if he was a dirty bastard. All his games completely covered in shit. I was literally cleaning these for like an hour with kitchen roll and isopropyl. So, but yeah, super happy with those. What else did I want to do in this video? I don't remember. We've weighed a manual. We've got a new third place. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you my lights. Went to Home Bargains before for something to do. And let's have a sip of beer, and I'm going to take you out the tripod again. And we'll do a quick pan around the room and a quick chat, and then we'll come back and do the outro. Looking forward to getting cracking on Retro Red Steve's ps1 Racing Game Challenge this month, because last month it was Rage Racer and I didn't get on too well with the game, and I also had a totally chaotic month, the most chaotic of my life probably, and didn't get to submit a time or a video. This month it is Colin McRae Rally 2, and I have that game, and I like that game quite a lot. So I'm going to be checking out the instructions on what to do and getting stuck into that. Maybe even tonight, actually, might have a quick little recon of the whatever stage he's chosen. So yeah, that's going to be fun. Let's get you off the tripod. Pardon me. Are we recording? We are. 22 minutes. Not doing too bad. Try and keep this one less than 40 minutes today. One of the things I bought today was a 3-meter strip of warm white LED lights with a little battery pack for $3.99 in Home Bargains. And as you can see, the effect is quite nice on lighting up my Lara collection. In fact, we are missing a game because I need to put Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation back in front of the Last Revelation guide and the Lara Uncovered Last Revelation 2000 calendar. I haven't changed the page on the Tomb Raider 3 calendar for quite a while. Anyway, so this, I've obviously stuck that with the adhesive under there, and the battery pack is mounted around here, and there is a switch there to turn it on and off on the side of the bracket. Pretty neat, eh? It all came together really nice. And turning the light off, I've got to say that the ambience is this makes me quite happy. It's pretty cozy up here with yeah, obviously I've got another lamp which isn't on in that corner, but yeah, pretty fucking happy with the situation. And this also, because I cut, this is about 1 meter, I've still got 2 meters of this, and I can definitely connect it to another 3 AAA batteries and a switch myself. I was thinking my my demo set, which is, oh, the smoke alarm, it's got a fault. Oh no. My demo set, which is I want to say nearing completion. I have most of the official UK PlayStation magazine demos. Not too many of the special ones, but most of the numbered issues from 1 to 108. I've got 1 to 89, and then I'm missing a couple, and I've got like 91, 92, and then there's a gap up to 108. Anyway, I've got fucking loads of PS1 demos and other magazines and stuff as well. And I was thinking, if I had a strip here, a strip here, a strip here, and so on, a strip here, that would be pretty fucking sick. So I'm going to try to make that happen. that would be really nice. What else? Got the oh yeah, the little easels are holding music and Music 2000 in there, and there's some more of them on the desk over here. I've also got another light under here. I thought these PlayStation 2s are sick, but they always look a bit dark. So where's the on button? There we go. Now I've got a light. Let me. In fact, I haven't seen this with the ambience. Let's have a look. Well, it looks pretty cool. Yeah, this slides about a little bit as well. So, yeah, not bad, not bad. It does make me realise that I need to clean the dust out of the top of this this blue one. Sorry, having a bit of trouble focusing there. I've got so many things turned on that normally this is plugged in, and I've got blue LEDs like those ones inside the expansion bay of this, and it looks pretty sick. But yeah, I thought that was not an expensive light either, so wanted the light under there. Whew, toasty. What else? Oh yeah, let's put the light back on. Project wise, no real progress today, except that I found so this board, I've been asking people to guess what it is. I think I'm probably just going to give a spoiler now. This is from my first ever computing experience, home computing experience. We've still got it, but it was not functioning well, and then it got worse. It turned out that a battery that was here exploded, and I spent a lot of time with vinegar trying to clear things up. Definitely this cap has been annihilated and needs to be replaced. And so I was looking up before. I found a great website that tells you all the caps you need to replace, you know, what they are, where you can get them, good modern equivalents, and so on. So looking forward to getting this sorted as soon as I bother to order those caps and get on with that. Here's a clue. Here's a clue as to what it's from. This is from AliExpress. I think this is pretty fucking sick. It's got like a tube in the back of it and everything that slides out. So yeah, you probably know now, and here's a dead giveaway if I can focus on the board. And there you go. Yeah, it's from a Mac SE30 that I used to play Dark Castle, Beyond Dark Castle, and Shufflebook Cafe. What else? Oh, Glider, of course, Glider. Yeah, those were my first games that I ever played at home. And my dad brought that home from work when I was literally like 3 or 4 years old. I used to play on it. Yeah, which is what led me to end up in a career accidentally in computer related things. Anyway, that was a big tangent. Thanks for watching. What's happening? Oh, the spaceship's flying in circles. Yeah, so it's getting hotter and hotter up here, and I was gonna have a go on Colin McRae rally. Coincidentally, there's a Subaru Impreza being driven on the demo replay from Gran Turismo 2 on the Sony PS2 telly over there, out of the frame. I'm gonna finish my beer, and what am I gonna do tonight? Oh, I'm gonna watch. Oh, shout out Collector's Catharsis, my chum here on YouTube. He's got a new video up. Came out around midday today, and it looks like he's playing his Mega Drive from the thumbnail. I didn't get to check it out yet, but I'm gonna go downstairs and have a goose at that. On yeah, you should check him out if you haven't, because he seems like a lovely guy. Yeah. So I'm gonna go do that and cool down a bit, and after that I might watch some Channel 5, some police shows. You know, have another beer and relax a little bit. So hope everyone's had a nice Sunday. I hope you've enjoyed this little catch up in the attic. You know, it took me setting up all this stuff. It took me nearly as long, probably longer than I've been filming the video to get all this shit set up. You know, getting this set up on these boxes and all plumbed in and stuff, and then being like, oh shit, I can't put a 60 hertz system on. I need to find something 50 hertz for everything. It took me a while. I had to go out and cool down in the garden before I came back up to film. Oh yes. Speaking of which, I just remembered there's one more thing I wanted to say. I tested the VHS in this before, because I mentioned that I picked this CRT up for £20 from a charity shop, which is, I thought that's really good for nowadays for a CRT with an RGB SCART input. And it said VHS not working, and I thought, no problem. And then I was just asking the guy, because it doesn't have a remote, can we just make sure we can get it onto the SCART inputs from the buttons on the front? And he said, oh well, I tested this with the DVD player the other day, and it just auto switched to that input. And I was like, oh, okay. And then he said, I tested the VHS, but it was just fuzzy. I don't know if it was the tape or what. I put Highlander in it and I couldn't really see it. And I was like, but it did rewind and play. And I was like, oh, promising. So, from my parents' house, I picked up a couple of tapes to test it with. I also, in Home Bargains earlier, I'm addicted to buying like things for the attic, like like this thing turned into a that had Game Boy games in, and then it became a ps1 to Seiko mini TV adapter. Accidentally, I needed something to drill holes in. I picked this up on the cheap, got 2 of them, and what a foresight I had, because it fits VHS tapes almost exactly. Oh, so satisfying. So to help me test this, I picked up a home recording of there's a little drawing of him. Project Alf. Hopefully that focuses. Does anyone remember Alf? Fucking hell. I think I recorded this from the TV when I was little on a Nova 180 minute cassette. So I tested this in it before, and like the guy said, so the sound came through just fine. I could hear the film happening, but it was just kind of grey and like with snowy static. And now I'm not an expert in VHS players or whatever. I haven't dealt with them since I was a kid watching The Lion King and that. Or anyway, it seems like this could mean that just the head needs cleaning. So I'll give that a go. Give that a go sometime soon. I also found, don't know if anyone noticed my quite a lot of Tenchi Muyo DVDs that you might spot on the shelves over there. And I found, I fell in love with that anime when I was little. It was on Cartoon Network around the year 2000, when I would have been 9 years old. I think it was in 2000, yeah. And I loved it so much at the time that I started recording it onto VHS tapes. And I found this at my parents' house. It's Tenchi Muyo, and then I've drawn like Asako or Kamidake, what are they called? The weird fucking log things that Princess Aega has, like her guardians. I wrote very special on it. It's episode 5, Kagato Attacks, my favourite episode, and also 7 and 8. I really want to get this to play, because this will have some, like, the ad breaks from Cartoon Network's Toonami section in the year 2000. If I remember right, this was before Toonami became a separate channel, and it was just like a time block on Cartoon Network where they'd play stuff like Ghost in the Shell and Tenchi Muyo, Cardcaptor Sakura, and so on. So yeah, really excited to get this working. So hopefully it's just cleaning the head that's required, or the head. I had a look at it, and it does look like there's a bit of gunk on it. So hopefully I'm gonna have to make like I don't want to have to open it up, because obviously with it being a combi thing, you can't just take the top off and get to it. And I'm thinking of like getting a stick and tying a cotton bud to the end of it, dipping that in isopropyl and getting in there with a head torch, like doing that, and then putting a tape in, playing it for a sec or something to turn the head, taking it out again. That's the plan. That's the plan. Hopefully it works anyway. But yeah, VHS excitement. So I've talked for long enough. We're probably over 30 minutes now, so I'm gonna down the rest of my beer. As is customary. This really is just flying in circles, isn't it? So yeah, 5 PS1 games for £12 or £14.49 including postage. We found a fucking heavy manual that almost topples the king. I've been filling the list up with more contenders. There are more in the post already on the way. More to come on that. And I'm very pleased with my new attic lighting solutions. So that's it from me for today. Hope everyone's had a good Sunday. Hope I can get this uploaded in time for people to watch it before bed or whatever, if you want to chill out, if you want. Or don't. Be my guest. You know, whatever keeps you happy. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time. See ya.